Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. So, for those who are returning subscribers, y'all already know y'all are some real ones. I really appreciate y'all, real OGs. For those who are new, my name is Faithful Lobby, and I post video every week on topics related to money, mindset, and business, and I share from personal experience in order to open up the conversation. Now, with that being said, let me talk about today's topic. Today's topic is a painful one to talk about, guys, because this one it hurts. It's painful, guys. It's very painful, and that is what I wish I knew before I went and financed a car. Don't ever finance a car. That's just my opinion. Because when I share all of this with y'all today, I hope y'all can take this and be like, I'm running away from financing a car. So my car, it's a Infiniti Q50. It's a 2014. So let me get into the first one. So the first one is, I wish I knew about the 4-square method. It's a negotiation tactic that the car dealerships use when they're selling you a car. It starts off, it's a four quadrant box, and then the left top quadrant you have your trade-in value. So this is the car that you're bringing in that you want to trade in order to get the new one. The next column is the price of the car you're currently trying to buy. The bottom left column is actually your down payment, and the right bottom column is your monthly payments for the loan you're going to finance. I really advise you guys to look this up, because you got to remember, this is their job. They are better than you at this. No matter how good you think you are, just know they are probably better, because they do this on a daily basis. So that's the first one I wish I knew, because that one would have helped level the negotiation playing field to where I wasn't going in blindly and not knowing how the negotiation was going to occur. The second one is that I wish my car actually had a trade-in value. So to give a little background, I had a 2007 Toyota Camry, and it was an auction car. So what an auction car is a car that was salvaged. So it's deemed salvaged by the insurance. Someone else buys it, they fix it up, and they resell it on the market. Now, being that my car was auctioned, it has a salvage VIN number. So when I took it to the dealership, they couldn't take it for anything. I was just sitting there like, God damn. So that threw everything off. Like, I had no trading value at that point, but instead of me getting up and just running out of there, I sat down there like an idiot still. Was like, okay, let me still see what my options are. Because at that point, I literally had no leverage. The second one is putting down a big down payment when you're going to buy the car. So I always thought, oh, it's fine, it's whatever. I'll just put, for my down payment, I brought in about $1,500, which is nothing when buying a car. That's really chump change. So in reality, I financed majority of the car. The reason why you want to put a big down payment is because the loan that you're going to be financing at that interest rate, it will help reduce the amount of interest rate you're paying over time for the loan, because you put so much up front in the initial purchase of it. So this is what I wish I really did, because it would have really helped me in the amount that I financed the car for, and would have drove down my overall course of making monthly payments in order to pay off the loan. The third one is, I wish I did not overestimate my ability. Because in my mind, I was like, okay, I'm ready to finance a car, because my Toyota Camry that I had was costing me more owning it than me just getting a new. It just made more sense to get a new car, because I was putting so much more money into it than the cost of the car itself. And I was like, okay, this is the numbers that I want. This the kind. I first started off with the car I wanted, and I was like, okay, I like Infinitis. Okay, now what price range and what type do I want? I was like, okay, I can't afford a Q60, because that's money. Okay, and I was like, okay, a Q50 is reasonable. And I was like, okay, this is the price that I want. This is the monthly payments that I want. And I kind of just all did that in my head. So I go into the dealership, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go in here to test out the car. I'm just gonna sit there and just like, test drive, make sure I like the interior, I like the way it drives and everything, to make sure it was comfortable for me to actually go buy the car. But I left it with a car, guys. I went to go test drive, and I left with a car. Like, that was, to me, was like an epiphany of like, oh my God, I really do not have the willpower I thought I had, because the way everything went down, it was all so fast, it was all so quick, because I wasn't really even thinking. Like, if you really want to go finance a car, really don't overestimate your ability into thinking that you're not going to get swayed into purchasing one, because this is their job, guys. They are good at this, and they know they have the upper hand also. So they will throw everything at you, and you really have to be strong in order to actually bat them off. And I fell to the peer pressure, and I can't lie. This is very important to know, because if you overestimate your ability and you go in there and you get into a deal you don't like, then you, like, for me, it was like I got lucky a little bit, but it was still like I got lucky in the sense of I did some of the numbers before going in. I wasn't just going in blindly to just making any payments to the car that I wanted. So I kind of went in there with a little bit of numbers, but I didn't go in there with a lot of leverage. So I was already in a loss going into the negotiation. So that's one thing I wish I really knew. Don't overestimate your ability. Next is really just a tip. Like, it's really to help more in your preparation for when you're going to finance a car. Like I stated in the previous one, is not overestimating my ability, but also it's like, okay, by not just doing the numbers in my head, what I could have done also was go to a local credit union, tell them those numbers, tell them give them information of what the cost of the car would be, what my current credit score would be if they were to do a pull estimatedly, and also what I was looking for in monthly payments. And they could put all that into the system really quickly and be able to spit out an amount they think you could get approved for based off the information you tell them. And this is very important, because now you know that number. Because one thing that people don't know that I just recently found out also is that one of the biggest profit centers in the dealership is the financing side of the car. Now, being that this is the financing side that's the biggest profit, what they usually do is they partner up with banks, right? Dealerships partner up with local banks in order for them to, be the middleman and make a little money there in that spread. So what you're doing when you're going into a credit union sometimes and just getting the amount you're going to be approved for, is like you eliminated the middleman essentially, and you know that exact amount and what that payments need to be. So you wouldn't pay any upcharges for them just being the fact that they're facilitating the whole thing. That one is really big, guys, and I think that one is very important because you're more prepared going in. Like I said, you have leverage into the negotiation now. You're not just going in not knowing what to expect. Okay, so this next one is really just almost like a tip, and it's to know what the filing cost and the title registration is for the state of the car you're purchasing in. So like, it's really important to know this, because when I was buying my car, they tried to upcharge me on the filing and the registration of my car. And I was like, it doesn't cost that much. I was like, I actually know that information, so don't try to finesse me. They're going to try and finesse you. It's very interesting. Okay, so the next one is getting into more or less the bill of sale. So bill of sale is the big long paper that you get at the end, listing all the items and listing all how much it costs you. Now this part is very important, because this was the part where I saw that they were trying to upcharge me for my filing and registration in the state of Florida, and I was like, no way, that's not happening. And I was able to negotiate that down. The next one is pre-delivery freaking charge. I paid for this, guys. And for those who are in the car industry and they know about cars and they hear this, you guys know that this should not be a charge that should be occurring. And this is a little insider information. And shout out to White Boy Marco Finance. He was on there pointing this out. And he talked about how you shouldn't be paying for pre-delivery service. So it's pretty much a delivery charge for them delivering your car to you. Now, this doesn't make any sense, because there's a thing called the Mahoney sticker of imported and exported goods from the manufacturer to the dealership itself. So what happens is they're charging you for delivering the car from the manufacturer to the dealership. I don't know the inner workings of that part, but I know for a used car, you shouldn't be paying any pre-delivery charge fees on it, because they've already paid for it when the car was brand new and was brought into the state. So that one was very key, because I paid $800 for that one, guys. Yikes. So this is a really big one. I promise y'all, this is crazy. Like, that's why I was like, God, I really got finessed out here, y'all. I got finessed, bro. I got finessed. But it's okay. What's that saying goes in that George Bush said in J. Cole's song, where he was like, fool me once, shame on you. fool me, can't get fooled again. Like, you're not gonna catch me slipping twice, man. Now, that one is very important. Next one is the add-on charges. Now, the add-on charges are very important because some of these are just marked up. Like, so these are things that when so after you've talked to the car salesman and everything, now there's the back office where they take you to, and they list all these things, like you want a limited like warranty on your car, and the wrap service and all these upcharge. And I was just sitting here, and they try to sell it to you as to why it's beneficial. Some of these guys are so pointless, like the tents and add-on stuff that you could really do on your own that costs way less. You could support a local black business that does tents and just get it done there, and it's going to be way cheaper than what you pay for at the dealership. So some of these were just unnecessary charges that I incurred that takes your financing amount that you think is going to be this cost to like sometimes $4,000, $5,000 more, because you're just agreeing to all these unnecessary charges. But these are the things I really wish I knew, guys, because it's very important, and I don't want other people out here getting finessed too. And that's why I'm really sharing it and opening up the conversation. If you do have a car that's financed, let me know what fees you pay for down below. Comment down below. Let me know if you pay for any delivery charge fees. And if you don't, comment down below if this helped you into getting more knowledge into if you want to go finance a car. You could go finance one now, knowing that you have some leverage going into the situation. Now, with that being said, we really appreciate y'all for tuning in. This was a really good one. It was really hard to share, and I really appreciate y'all. Y'all feel free to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Guys, this takes me a lot to do. Please just hit the subscribe, hit the like button. I really appreciate y'all. Again, move with purpose and have purposeful thinking. Thank you, guys, and I'm out.